One.
Hello, everyone, for our third episode of Rites of Binding Inheritance. Today, we are going to get back into swing of things as the party continues with their adventures in Lux. As something new, we are going to switch up who does a recap today based on a dice roll. So today, it's going to be whoever is number one, which is Miss Rose.
How am I number one? Madison's in the first position.
Oh, you mean on the stream page?
On the stream page.
Literally the worst person.
Then me, then Taylor, then Madison, then Faith, then Piper.
All right. Okay. What did we do last time? We went to the generally better than good store.
All of us?
Some of us. Well, okay, it was me, Kaya and so let Kaya and Fern went to the generally better than good store. I think some of us got readings from a creepy wagon witch. I don't remember what everyone's was, but I think some of them seemed bad. And we've stretched the limits of my memory. That's all I remember. Someone else is going to have to add in.
Well, you are correct that you did meet with the fortune teller, and she provided different suspicions about the future for you, as well as giving some of you cards. You also went to the Tabaxi traders, who you bought a magic item from, and that was it with them.
Yeah, that's right.
You did end up investigating Regulus's things once they were finally delivered to you. And you went over some letters, like a box of trinkets, some clothes, and you're all trying to interpret what's kind of going on, and that was pretty much it. It just was a very more relaxed time as the city is being slowly evacuated out up to this point. We will return back to the meeting room within the castle that you are looking through Regulus's things still. And that's where we're on the rest of you now.
That's pretty much what I said.
Of course.
Yeah.
Perfect mirror.
100%. There weren't just a few more details or anything.
So, is there any point in staying around in this room any longer? Have y'all, read enough shit? Can we leave, maybe?
Well, didn't you put everything in the bag of holding?
I can. Sure.
Please do.
If I do, can we leave?
Yes. Fair agreement.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm tired
Do you like your new wardrobe?
Okay, it's a little disrespectful to be wearing a dead man's clothing, but yes. Well,
he's alive.
Not yet.
I know, I forgot
hope he's going to be dead soon.
He's very much alive, yes.
I think Sylvia's...
Right, problematically so.
Manifesting.
He'll be dead if I have anything to say about it.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm just going to put stuff in the bag of holding and not commenting on that for each of my personal beliefs.
I'm going to help Fern with that, because I think I'm a little, scared of Sylvia right now. She's depressed and angry.
You mean you haven't always been scared of Sylvia? Is that just me?
Again, you have noticed a slow decline.
Somebody needs to give this girl some therapy.
Stat.
Thank you to our sponsor, BetterHelp now.
Generally better than good help.
You're not allowed to make sponsor jokes when we're only 3 stream sessions in.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, shit's packed up. Where are we going next? Can we leave the city?
Not yet.
We want to go to the library to figure some stuff out, see if we can find...
I would like to go to the library. I suppose.
Yeah, we should go to the library.
Have you read enough books?
You could never read enough books. Shut your face.
Correct. And there's still so much that we don't know about the aspects of creation.
That is also correct.
So I'm going to the library.
And I am most definitely going with.
Fine. Let's go.
Very good.
Madison, do remember to put in the bag of holding Regulus's things.
Thank you for the
reminder. Yes. So it sounds like you guys want to head to the Grand Library. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You leave the castle, and I probably should ask. Ponaben did send you a response.
That's right.
Did you want to deal with that now or later? You received the letter to it, but that's all. No one's looked at it yet. Mostly just because we were focused on going through his things first.
Can we read it and then decide?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a simple letter of, I'm working within the town at the moment. You can meet me as at the gates, so when you leave. So just I'm around there right now.
Okay, cool.
So
to the library.
You'll have to do it through specifically the southern side.
Gotcha.
At the library. Have power, anybody? Come on.
That was pretty good.
Anyway, you make your way over there. The district is not as ruined as many of the other ones you had walked through. Specifically, the church district was much more ruined and destroyed in comparison. You enter in without any issue, and you come up to the front desk where there is a young man who is writing things down. They also seem to be in this process of book cataloging. As there's boxes of books around and people just making notes on things, and that's kind of it at the moment as you enter in.
So books have been removed from the shelves, so they're just trying to get everything back in order.
Hard to tell at the moment.
Can we ask the young gentleman?
Yeah, you can ask him.
Okay. So I guess we go up and I at least go up and ask him. So obviously can see you're working with books. Are all the books that were that were already in the library, are they still here?
He gives you a look over as he's trying to figure out why you're laughing so hysterically. And then he says, well, we are just cataloging all the different books as some of them were taken, some of them were partially damaged. So we're seeing what was still here, what's left. And we're going to decide kind of how we want to deal with it. You can still browse through them if you would like.
Yes, please. Would you be able to direct us towards a section that contains legends or anything about the stones of power? Is that what they're called? I'm blanking.
The aspects of creation.
There we go.
Yes, the stones of power.
We're not talking Infinity Stones here.
That sounded like a cross between Infinity Stones and any anime whatsoever. The Power Stones. I think that's what it was. Honestly, in the back of my head, I think that's what it was.
Of course. He points over to a catalog system and says, you can find anything you're looking for through there. They're also generally categorized. There should also be assistance throughout the complex itself if you want to need any specific help. But I would have to ask that you do write your names down when you enter in. And he pulls out a little clipboard and hands it to you.
Are you guys going to write your actual names this time?
No.
Why not?
Why would you ever?
That's why. I don't want that. What if bad guys figure out that we're here and are able to track us?
Again, anyone that knows me is not going to be surprised to find me at the library, so Actually, touche. Same.
Wait, do we all have to sign in? Everyone has to sign in?
We did in the past, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Let's gonna write down
Toots McFartin.
Great.
Frank's gonna write down Nunya.
Okay.
I write down my actual name, thank you.
You were the mastermind behind all this.
Yes, I know. I like to stir the pot. Excuse me.
That's clear.
All right. Continue.
Yeah, I'll write down my name and go into it, I guess.
Okay.
It's Fern. There's no
Sylvia?
last name.
I'm writing down my name.
Okay. He takes note, then proceeds to say, all right, the three of you can go in, and gestures to the three people who actually wrote an actual name.
Oh, no. Sylvia, I'm going to immediately roll my eyes and like, seriously, guys?
It's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, you'll be barred for entry until you give them a name of some sort that he accepts.
Well, I'm just gonna go start looking.
Yeah, you got that.
Honestly,
the three of you can go through.
Their shenanigans, not my problem. I'm gonna go with you, Sylvia, because wow.
I'm lingering by the entrance. I'm waiting for the other two.
Linus does not need to sign his name because, for obvious reasons. So they're just assuming he's with you.
Okay.
Are you
so we head over to.
Come?
I'm trying to get. Hang on. I'm trying to. I forgot to connect my whatchamacallit.
Your D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I forgot to connect it. And I'm trying to roll deception.
Oh no!
Well, that's doing that.
This is just a library.
Welcome to D&D.
While that's doing that, Gorfrak will write down her actual name, but as she walks past him, I'm going to use shape water to create a little rain cloud above his head. Let it sprinkle on him inside the library.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he looks confused of where it came from and kind of just like waves it away. Just like to try to disperse it.
I go over to the catalog and pretend I don't know them because this is a library and it is a sacred space, and Jesus Christ. Sylvia is remembering why I came to the library alone all of those times.
Yep.
All right. I guess we'll just write their name down because I'm having trouble getting back in the foundry.
The secret victory of the
librarian.
Librarian. Yeah. The true victor out of this. He has you all in.
His name is Victor? Sorry.
No, he's a victor in the situation, but his name could be Victor, but no one asked his name.
It's not relevant. Okay, I'm going to look through the catalog and see if I can find anything regarding the aspect of creation.
What are you specifically looking for? And then I can probably direct you on some information or routes that you can look.
Like
or
what
just be
about
general
the
knowledge.
Aspect? General knowledge, but also uses for them aside from just stealing Valdara. Forms they could take.
So for what sounds like, at least with your query, it is what are they? And like just like what they are, like and the things that they can do. Is that right? Okay.
Basically.
Why don't you roll investigation? I'll turn here to. I'm sorry, what, Gorfrak?
Can I tell you what I'd like to look for?
Go for it.
Okay, I don't think the vast majority of people know about the aspects of creation, and so I think any accounts of them are going to be like, woman lifts boulder off of child or something like that. I'm looking for legends, National Enquirer. I'm looking for like tabloid news, that kind of stuff. Where like 2-year-old learns natural spelling bee, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You roll your investigation, and then if anyone else wants to apply to help them and gain the additional roll, go for it, but that means you don't get a question. Faith, did you want to do something?
Considering.
Okay, while you're thinking, for Fern and Let, did you want to assist them, or do you have your own thing that you want to do?
I have mine, let's help.
Can Lyran's read?
I believe it was established you could.
Not me,
Not
Lyran.
Fern can at least read at a first level.
Can I read? And I was like, yes?
Yes.
I hope.
It seems like he can. At least from when he's talked about things and looked and just general discussions with you, he seems to be able to interpret language. Nothing has prevented him from interpreting any language you've seen or heard from him.
He's baby. I don't know if anybody had to teach him, okay? He's baby.
He's very fluent.
I'm gonna take a route kind of between Sylvia and Gorfrak, and I'm going to look at legends. So not necessarily the history of it, but like see if I can find any stories of where they popped up over time, or like proven sightings, just so we can see if we can maybe track where it's gone, where the different stones have popped up and where they've gone.
Yeah, roll investigation. And now this leads to the last two of you. Did you want to assist any of these 3 questioning lines, or do you have your own?
I can assist.
I doesn't want to know what they taste like.
What tastes like?
The aspects.
That might be a good question.
I will point out it's probably under general knowledge.
It might be.
General
knowledge. I guess Let will assist.
Which person?
Who's asking what?
General knowledge was Sylvia, I think.
Sylvia was general knowledge. Yep. Legends was Gorfrak. Faith / Kai is, if I want to get this right, locations of where they were.
More or less.
All assist, Faith. Is it Kai or Kaya?
Full name's Kaya, but Kai is fine.
Okay. So all assist Kaya.
Kaya, you get to roll again. Now, for the final person who's been waiting, a choice must be made.
I'm not going to help anybody because Fern, and hear me out here, enters the library. He's like, oh shit, it's a library. Fucking hate books. Reading sucks, as we know. And they're talking to the librarian. She hears him say, you can find anything.
Yep.
So she's gonna go see if the library knows where Dimitri is. Because she doesn't know anything about how libraries work. This is the thought process. I don't know where she's going to start looking, but she's thinking, if the library can help you find where things are, I'm going to go look for Dimitri.
That's simultaneously the cutest and saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, we will start at the top with Sylvia. So, you dig around with general knowledge here, and there's a lot of things that you can kind of get from it. Because of their magical origins and how they function, they tend to, as with Gorfrak's lead into what she is looking into, they are attracted to individuals of great import, and like they kind of have some, not say sentience, but general intelligence. And they kind of they don't do anything in terms of having direct actions, but they're kind of they kind of have feelings. It's an odd way to describe it, and that's how it's listed in a lot of the different accounts. They appear in the order that I listed them off before to you in, which is the strength, dexterity, constitution, etc. They appear with specific animal attunements to these, which is a bull, cat, bear, fox, owl, eagle. The Staff of Aspects allows them to be used to their full potential.
To reiterate, it's bull, cat, bear, fox, owl, eagle?
Correct.
Okay.
They are only used really in the process of the Rites of Binding. They are not used in any other spell or function, other than to amplify either an individual or the wielder of the staff. And when the Rites of Binding is used, the aspects are spent and they are dispersed throughout the world, typically into individuals of great import. And it's considerably quite random in how they appear. Any other questions?
Did you say that they could amplify, depending on the aspect, they could amplify that trait when somebody possesses them?
Correct.
Okay.
I will add to that and say that they amplify that specific trait above normal means.
Okay, that's what I would expect.
Anything else?
When somebody uses them, do they just pick it up and use it, or does the item have to choose them? Since it's like sentient.
It doesn't choose them, which is why they are dispersed frequently throughout the world. But they will usually try to lead themselves to be in the possession of the... So, like, if we use strength, for example, a person who is stronger in that regard. So if the two of them compete with one another, it will choose whoever the victor is out of it, whether the weaker person knows or not, whoever is wielding it. The original wielder. That makes sense. I guess another good way of thinking about it is that they're not going to just go and pick the weakling of their specific aspect. And typically they just won't fall into that person's style of hands, normally. Anything else?
What do they taste like?
As far as...
They're stone. They don't taste like anything.
No, they taste like stone. Stone has a taste.
That has a taste. It's an icky taste.
Yeah, it's very mineral-y.
But it's a taste.
Yeah. So then the last time they were dispersed was the last time the Rites of Binding was used, which was after the Silent War.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to write that down.
Trying to think if there's anything else relevant that I need to ask about. If somebody has one, I'm assuming it would be difficult to conceal it unless you had like what was that cloth called?
Blinding cloth.
Yes. Otherwise it would be pretty obvious.
One. Honestly, it looks like a normal trinket. So to the untrained eye, it's probably just like a fancy magic item.
Okay.
Only the people who really understand what they are and what they're looking for would know what it is.
Okay.
Does this general have in it, from when they used it or after the Silent War to bind Veldara, does it have listed like who they got them from or where they found them or when they found them?
It is not in particular. You get with a lot of the references and things that you would need to go direct those questions to the church itself, as they they usually are the people who are directed to find them in case of times of turmoil.
Why did I make such a non-churchy cleric? Fuck.
Yep.
Great question. And then
listen, you're
the animal.
You're the one who's like, yeah, you should play Fern.
Yeah.
More interesting storytelling. So then when they take the form of the animal, it's still a gem, or is it like, or does that change somehow?
No, it's a gem. It'll be in the resemblance of something like a bull or a cat.
Gotcha. Okay.
How it ever appears is different to the wear. Like sometimes it could be a ring, an armlet, like just simple jewelry.
All right, is that just the answers to Sylvia's questions, or do we also get answers? Okay, I was checking.
I think that's it for me.
Okay, Gorfrak. So you have some trouble here. There isn't a lot on what you're looking for, or at least it's harder to break between fact and fiction. And every time that you find something, it could be this, you're like, oh, it's completely fiction. Or it has no real world connection to where you can find out like, oh, yeah, this person existed because they live here. And it's a lot of jumbling. The only thing which you kind of already know at this point is that Sierra Deacon is considered the most renowned wizard on the continent for many reasons. So that's like, for his type of skill set, it would make sense that he probably has it. That's all I can really answer. With Kai, your first roll wasn't good, but with the assistance of our good friend Let, you got much farther than you would have thought possible. So with this, with the number you got, which was a 17, I will give you 3 of the gems the opportunity to narrow down their location.
I'm ready. My note-taking hands are ready.
Let me see. Let me check my notes here again one more time. Not the Rites 2, sorry. But still pretty good. So in the are you... So which ones do you want to focus on?
Can I turn to Sylvia and ask what her opinion is? Or Gorfrak?
Well, we already know about intelligence, where intelligence is. So I would focus on the other ones.
We also have hints about where Bear is. It's just
about where what is?
Bear.
The bear?
Constitution, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bear is Constitution.
What about you, Gorfrak?
I'm having a brain fart. Which is the one that teacher gave us?
Wisdom.
Ow.
Oh, okay. So we know...
I lied. It's the aspect of strength that's an essential stat near Wadiak Bay, and the aspect of dexterity somewhere in the south in appearance. You're right. I just wrote strength when it should be con.
Yeah, because the bear is Constitution.
We have wisdom. We know that intelligence is probably with Sirius Deacon, so we at least have a lead with that one. To me, the ones that we know least about are charisma and dex.
Charisma and twist and wait.
The eagle and cat.
I seem to remember that we were told that one of them was with like some warrior or something, and then it was never heard from again. No one has any idea where it's been.
Mm-hmm. That was strength.
Which one is that? Let's go with strength for definitely one of them.
Okay.
Fine.
I think strength and charisma, because those are the two we haven't really heard much about.
Charisma's the second one. Sounds good.
Okay, we'll start with strength. So it again, you can follow kind of this like line of warriors. Sometimes they're knights to paladins. Some are even assassins of them, and it bounces around quite a bit. But with your knowledge of where especially within looking at the Wadak Bay, that narrows down to a handful of cities. At this point, you can really narrow it down to somewhere probably within either Beggar's Hole or Wolford.
All right.
Convenient.
How convenient.
Somewhere in that area. Yeah, any other questions along that?
I'm again going to turn it over to someone else because I'm still kind of new to this. So I don't know if there's anything
maybe there's a name attached to it now.
No, nothing like that. It's mostly rumors and suggestions that they're kind of fine. Generally, it's in that area, and I would say that it is all along that coastal area. There's just been constant sightings.
And you said it's usually possessed by knights or paladins?
Yeah, people who typically are martial fighters in some regard.
Okay, so it could
people that can beat other people up.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Anything else on that specific route?
Not for me.
Does it say specifically if we have to beat that person in like a fight to have it? Or can it be given?
Yeah, there is no restrictions on who it's given to. It just
right, and to
typically
give us wisdom, so
yeah, the people that usually wield it, from what you see, typically don't want to not have it anymore.
well, yeah, why would you give that up when it increases your strength or whatever aspect it is, to beyond normal levels?
Yeah. All right, we'll turn to the charisma then. That one is much more difficult. Only because of what usually happens to it is that it usually is attached to a theater or a troubadour group, and it travels around a bunch. But then usually what happens is it goes to one person, and that person leaves to join a different group, and that process kind of continues for a while. As of right now, there seems to be a tendency to have the greatest plays of nowadays is in the East. So there is no one location, but there are different performances and performers too that have grown in popularity of late in the East.
Do we have names?
You do not.
So is it likely?
It's like no one's able to identify one specific person, but they're like, okay, so this one person who they're kind of popular, they're a rising star, and then they're just kind of normal again. So it's hard to tell. But in general, if you're specifically looking for that type of object, look in the East for any large entertainment groups.
Are there competitions in the East that would then maybe mean that this has been passed around?
It doesn't look like that, no.
Okay. And would this likely be possessed by a playwright or also an actor, a bard, kind of anybody in that sort of line of work?
Yes, anybody in that line of work.
Okay.
I would say, funny enough, it hasn't gone into any like public officials. It's only been entertainers.
It is surprising.
So Gorfrak gets to go home.
Is there, I know you said we don't have names, but can we sort of track where it's been, like the troops it's been in?
That would require another investigation check. Yeah, it's with that 9. You can't find it. You can get like make guesses, but I mean at the same time, they come and go at any given time from that area.
Can I help Kaya since we kind of were asking similar questions?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, roll again, Kai.
Sorry, I didn't know if it was me or him. 2 seconds.
$15. Okay. So you can narrow down a little further, and I will preface it in a group type instead of a name, as the naming of it has changed in terms of the name of this place, but it is a type of carnival or circus kind of establishment. They keep changing the name based on their performances, but there's one that has traveled specifically from trying to think of a name that you would know of, but you guys aren't from the east at all, so Greenmore is the last town that they were seen in before entering into the east, beginning with a lot of their more recent endeavors. So I would say even furthermore, anything north of Spreemore on the map is eligible.
Right.
However, it will be probably pretty obvious if they're in town.
Okay. Anyone else?
I really feel like I should be able to come up with a question as a player, but I can't come up with anything. That's stupid. So,
I mean, those are good, strong leads to start with. I think now it's just kind of like in there and breaking down doors.
I mean, are they allowed to, in that search, also figure out where Sears Deacon lives? Because we don't know.
Agreed.
I'll give it with Gorfrak's investigations. Mostly because this isn't like unknown knowledge, really. Just because of nowadays. I bet even if Sylvia kept that pamphlet from a while ago of his talk that she went to, he has a tower, and his arcane laboratory is near Maple Grove, specifically on the east side of the lake.
Maple Grove is the most normal name we've heard so far for a place. Love it.
I went to several lectures, so now I'm like, wait, who?
Sears Deacon is the Dunamancy wizard.
Oh, okay. I know that Sears Deacon is, but I went to several different lectures, so that's why I was.
We are awful close to Maple Grove, too.
We are very close to Maple Grove.
Let's go punch him.
And
he hasn't responded to Fern yet, so.
Listen,
even though that she had his card.
Yep.
It's kind of rude. We should go address that.
I would like to as well. I don't even know him, but I'd like to.
I have 5 fingers on this hand and 5 fingers on this hand that could greet him.
Whoa. Let's take it one step at a time. He was perfectly cordial to me when we spoke.
Yeah, he just seems like a guy that eats feet. I don't know.
Not like he helped during the siege at all.
He just creeped me out.
Wizard.
He just gave me really weird vibes.
Feet.
He creeps me out.
Sears Deacon, wizard extraordinaire, eats feet.
No. He creeped me out.
I don't think Let's ever met this guy.
I did not need that mental thought.
Oh, dude, Let hasn't.
We all met him.
Let didn't meet him. No, Let didn't meet him.
He was there.
when we all reconvened before we went down into the catacombs to rescue people from the castle.
Yeah, but he was busy like he was just channeling some magic. He wasn't talking.
Yeah, we weren't talking.
Okay.
Me as a player, he gave me weird vibes.
Okay.
Is judgment time done? Can we move on?
Does Fern find Dimitri in this library?
Yes. What does Fern learn?
I don't expect the player doesn't expect to find anything, but
oh yeah, you got a 17. So you find a large list of people who are named Dimitri in a list. In their census documents.
Wow.
Since you only have a first name, doesn't help you.
I'm gonna go find Sylvia. Bringing the list with me.
All right. Can you roll me a investigation check? See if you can find her in this library now.
Oh, God. You realize that me rolling a 16 on investigation was a fluke? Because I have a -1.
Yeah. This is a fun roll, okay? This isn't like death by storm here. Okay,
Crit fail! That is a 0.
Well,
the 0!
Didn't
oh my god.
You understand it? Oh, man.
Oh, no.
You're like, okay, yeah, I need to go find Sylvia now. And you turn around, and then you look down left and right, down the bookshelves, and you have no idea where you are now. There's a lot of different pathways within this library. It is not a normal library, if you remember. Books fly off shelves onto their own to help you out. Large, tall bookcases, many different floors. You're not sure where you're at compared to where they're at. So we'll come back to you as you think about maybe some solutions to that. Everyone else, anything else you want to do in the library?
I would like to know if there's a restricted section.
There is. It is restricted though.
Hey, can I go like scope out that area, see how well protected it is?
It is currently warded with several different magics from what it seems. There are posted guards outside, specifically what seem to be Griffin Rider ones. No Griffins with them, of course. They're inside. But they are posted outside. And there is a sign that... Oh, God, okay. There is a sign that says that they are not allowing any entry due to recent events. With that Arcana check, you have no idea what type of magic this is. But you do know that this is very powerful and out of your expertise.
I was gonna see if I could sneak through as a spider like I did during the siege, but I don't think that's gonna be possible without getting burned.
Yeah.
Do I see the little scared library man that we met during the siege anywhere?
Oh my gosh.
A little scared library man.
Roll me a perception check. There are some people still within the library itself. There are 2 different people that 13. Yeah, with 13.
I think little
there are 2. Okay. There are 2 people. There is a Marsilio, which is one of the researchers, not researchers there, but archivists. And then there was, let me check her name. Lucilia is just a general researcher from this other group that was studying at the time as well. Is there either one of them that you wanted to see if they were here?
Whichever one that we directly saved their life.
Oh, because they were both in the...
Oh.
Yes.
Which of them is a higher social status or status within the library hierarchy?
Lucilia isn't part of the library, but is a relevant researcher. And Marsilio is a person who actually works at the library, and he's relatively higher up because he does a lot of the warding.
Cool. Are they together, or are they doing their own thing right now?
They are two separate people, just happen to be there during the events of the siege, so it's doubtful.
Okay. I would like to approach Rosilio.
Okay. Yeah, you can find him. He isn't too hard to find just because he's helping ordering people around. And he turns to you as you approach and he says, "Oh, it's good to see you again. I didn't properly thank you for your help during the siege. It certainly helped the library."
Yeah, I mean, besides that fireball my friend set off in the corridor, I think we did a pretty good job. How have you been?
Hey, that was necessary to save us.
I've been doing very well so far. Just recataloging everything, and everything's disorganized, and a lot of the enchantments are messed up. So
I can see. I mean, when there are, little goddess got released from the city and all this kind of stuff. But I was wondering if you could do us a favor. We were sent by the church to look for. Do you know what the aspects of creation are?
I am mildly aware of them. I haven't done any research myself. I see your hand up. I will get to that here in a second.
I'm interrupting because I think we were having a technical difficulty. Madison, can you speak and see if the other players can hear you again?
I'm speaking to see if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear her.
I can hear Piper, Taylor. Turn her volume up. Turn your volume
all the way up.
Okay. Her personal volume on your Discord.
Keep role playing. I'll mess around with it.
Okay.
She keeps cutting in and out.
Okay.
I
Continue. Okay, we'll figure it out on the break.
Yeah, we got time. We got questions to answer. She's currently lost in the library anyway, so I mean, like...
Fair enough.
My immersion is assisted by not being able to see or hear her.
Yeah.
So, awesome. So you kind of know what we're working with. They're really hard to find. We have no leads aside from just a couple little nuggets. Would there be any way that you could let us, like, even with your supervision and your permission in the restricted section, to like look through any records, catalogs? I mean, not only are we all like I saved the king's life. My magic saved his life, and then not only that, I did it.
Just Gorefrack, no one else.
No, I turned. Is Sylvia there? Are you here? Or are you just talking, like yelling at me?
We're down the hallway, says Leinrith.
Yeah, I'm just yelling, overhearing your conversation.
I yelled back. That was punching Zeglodos. I healed him. Okay, so yes, it was me. Anyway, I said, so like, we're on the king's good side. The church sent us on this mission, so like, I know it's not standard for you to let people in, but could we like get maybe half an hour to an hour in the restricted section?
I can't give you access, but I can look for you. And he like rummages through his person to find like something to write on. Is there a specific query that you have? I can send you a sending spell when I have it done.
Ooh, I would like some assistance from my friends as to what we should specifically ask him. How narrow or wide does our query need to be, Nathaniel? Is
narrow or wide as you wish. Note that he is. If you're not here for this information, he will send a sending spell to you. So that is the limiting factor here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it very narrow, you'll probably get a quicker answer. If it's very wide, probably going to take longer. Meanwhile, while you're thinking, Fern, just as a heads up, you do hear people shouting out there. Again, you're still kind of lost, but you do hear them.
Follow the sound.
Yeah.
I have a question while we're debating what we're going to ask him. As someone who was a librarian myself, do I have any pull I know this is not my library, but...
So I think your background is just as equal as theirs in this scenario. So they have enough pull, but just because of what they've done, from your background, you have just as much pull, which is quite a bit.
Well, I meant more like if I said, "Hey, I used to be the head librarian. Would you let me in because I'm a librarian?" It doesn't matter if I was part of this library.
I mean, yeah, you can ask him that, and then his reply would be, "This is more of a, it's not I don't run this library, so I have to follow certain protocols."
Gotcha.
I mean, if you would like to fill out a form and wait, we could process it and get back to you.
Somehow, I don't know if that would be helpful.
This city is falling apart. We're gonna fill out a form and wait, though. That sounds reasonable.
Gorfrak rolls her eyes at the general bureaucracy of the situation. Okay, so we know where wisdom is. We have wisdom. We know where intelligence is. We have a good gist of where charisma is. We know where strength is. Dex and Con are our two that we know the least about currently, yes?
Correct. We have a city for Dex, though whether that's accurate is questionable. I don't actually know if you can hear me. Sorry. We don't have much for Con. If somebody would translate that for people who need to hear me, that would be wonderful.
Okay, we don't
hear you right now.
Can Taylor hear her?
No.
Oh.
Well, we're going to have a break here soon.
Basically, what she said was Con is what we know the least about. So.
So, I would like to ask this librarian dude specifically, like, where the Constitution aspect has been cited most recently, and like what it would do for that person who's got it. Like, what traits would that person have? Con is one of those weird stats where it's like, they just carry a lot of armor, or are they like, can they drink anybody under the table? Like, what's the
we have to have a drinking.
Are they just like not sick? Is that like a thing for them?
Yeah. So, those are my two questions. Where has it been most recently cited, and what might be the aspects that we should look for of somebody that is holding the aspect of Constitution?
Yeah, he writes that stuff down and says, I'll see what I can do. I don't think this should take too long, but yeah, I'll let you know if I find anything.
Cool. Thanks, man. I'm glad the library's okay. Are y'all thinking about moving at all? Because I know you spend a lot of time in here. Up there, it's kind of a shit show right now.
Yes. Rumor has it that we're thinking of relocating, but we have to like find the right repository, get the funding appropriated correctly. So we haven't really narrowed that down. If we can't do that, then we'll probably have to distribute books to different sources and other repositories. So we are looking at our options from what I've heard.
I mean, I don't know how you guys as a library philosophically agree with the church, but you could always like move to the seat of the church city.
Like I said, it's
does the church have a seat?
Yeah, they have their so Titania, that city. That's where their home base is at, or it was at for some time. Yeah.
Now I know.
Like I said, there's discussions about it. I don't know what they've nailed down on, but I mean, we're also relatively safe here. I mean, in terms of our building isn't crumbling.
Yeah, but instead of Gorfrak like going into this, it's just this 5-minute talk about the socioeconomic balance of having a grand library in a city that's crumbling in terms of infrastructure, and how the people may rise up. Anyway, after this like 5-minute explanation, Gorfrak says, "Toodles, thanks for the help."
Give us the speech, you coward.
No, yeah, we cut away from that speech. It's great. You went to look for something. You don't find whatever you're looking for. So what were you looking for?
I was looking for bugs.
What?
Yeah, you don't find any bugs. And when you try to, like, the books themselves, like, squish them. And then they move on with their life. So...
Wow, I regret rolling that. That was the worst visual I've ever had.
Yeah. The books have their own jobs and duties they gotta do. So, I mean...
In this economy,
a magical library. No moths eating books.
Like I said, the magical defenses and things are still up and running properly. Yeah, this is running just as smoothly as before the siege.
Why don't they send the books out into the city to help? Never mind.
No, thank you. We're not talking.
You get the impression that there maybe is a range, and that if the book leaves the range of the building, that maybe it'll like lose its magical properties. Probably. Who knows? You don't work here.
And with that Arcana check before, I can't hope to understand.
Yeah.
Incredible.
3 crit fails so far.
Alright. I think Gorfrak is looking for the door, but I can't find our youngest companion.
Is Fern still lost?
So, Fern, you find the exit, but not your friends at this point. Like, this has like been like several hours.
Where is Lion Rift?
He's with the guys.
He's with Let looking for bugs.
No, he's more looking with Sylvia.
Okay.
Am I the favorite?
I don't know. You have to figure that out. Currently, he's looking with you.
Okay.
He's like a puppy.
I mean, let's be fair here. This place is very confusing, and you probably want to stick with the smartest person probably in the group.
Fair enough.
Or not, you know.
Or not, and then you get lost, and then you can't find your friends.
If I find the entrance, I'm just sitting down there.
I guess.
Fuck it.
I think Gorfrak is just gonna want to go way outside, so I'm gonna leave the library.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I'm going wherever Sylvia went.
Yeah, I'm probably wandering back out to the entrance.
Okay. That's what you guys will do. You'll head out back to the entrance, and at this point, I think we'll go to our break. And we will see what happens after the library. All right, welcome back, everyone. Our wonderful party just finished up in the library. So, what would you guys like to do now?
Do I find the group outside?
Well, eventually it's a thing of people start streaming in from inside and they encounter you. It doesn't take long because it's all about the same term of stream process because they finished up relatively around the same time. But you waited a while.
This further confirms that libraries are stupid.
Just because you don't know how they work doesn't make them stupid.
I know how they work. You look for something in the little thing that tells where everything is, and then you go and you find the information. Except I didn't find the information, I just found a bunch of names. So libraries.
What were you looking for?
Well, you guys went looking for where the aspects are, right? If the library can tell you where shit is, I went looking for where Dimitri is. But
That's not going to be in the library. I don't think you understand how libraries work.
Libraries information.
Just because any information can be found in the library, it takes a while for it to update. Think that at that.
You were both talking to me at the same time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna go hide my leg because you're yelling at me.
You're gonna have better luck if you use the spell locate person than looking in a library.
Locate person only works over 1,000 feet. And only on this plane. And that's a lot of 1,000 feet spaces to look.
Information.
That's my point, though. You have better luck with that than looking in the library.
Let's probably standing next to Fern at this point and going, Then what's the point of libraries if we can't just ask it any question at all?
That's what I'm saying.
This is pointless.
Eventually you will be able to, but it takes a while for libraries to update the information. It might take a year or more, okay?
Then let's blow this popsicle stand. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. We got other things to do. What city are we going to?
You have no respect for research or knowledge.
I'll respect research and knowledge when they answer my questions faster than a year later.
I've known you all for a week and I already knew that.
Taylor, we can't hear you.
Taylor, nobody can hear you, buddy.
You're really quiet.
There you are.
Oh, we can hear you.
You're back for a second.
How about now?
You're back. Yeah.
Yep. Friends, I think we should go to Maple Grove first. It is closest, and that person is probably the most likely to be sympathetic to our plight.
What's in Maple Grove?
Dearest Deacon.
He's the wizard you had me try to contact. And you think
he's the wizard? He's the wizard that used Dunamancy to stop time while we were trying to explore the catacombs to get to the castle.
Yeah, I know some of those words. If it means leaving Lux, I'm down.
Oh, we definitely need to get out of here.
This is the longest I've been in one place since I think I left Pegaset, so yeah.
And there's not even bugs here, so let's go.
And I haven't been to
What is with this new obsession with bugs?
If bugs won't live here, I won't live here.
Colette, would you like me to turn into a bug so you can, carry me?
No, you can walk yourself, lazy.
I'm not trying to I'm trying to make you happy.
I don't need to carry the bugs. I just need to know that they live here.
They do live here until the books kill them.
Well, I didn't see any.
Just in the library.
Right. If they're living in the library, it's a problem, and we should go.
There's a bunch
I can look for some bugs.
No, because when you were chasing a frog is when we found you and you were lost. So you shouldn't go chase anything. You can't get lost again.
I won't get lost. Fern got lost.
Well, that's true.
It is. I knew where I was the entire time. I was in the library and then I wasn't. You were the ones who got lost. because I didn't know where you were.
Gorfrak just starts walking away from the group.
Banter fades. Fair. The camera pulls out.
Yeah.
Really?
Gorfrak, can you roll me your Constitution saving throw?
Oh God.
Oh, what?
What the heck? Taylor, is it your birthday? Is he gonna kill your character again?
You're gonna die again?
Power word kill is there's no save. It just happens.
Just happens, yeah. Okay, you rolled a
17.
17. Yeah, you don't feel good for a little bit. And then like you're able to maintain some composure. But your nose bleeds a little bit, and that's kind of it.
Wait a second. Don't some of us have lycanthropy?
Yeah, but not Gorfrak.
Isn't it me? Isn't it Let?
It's Fern and Let.
Damn it. It's always Fern.
Do I?
It's because I got to take Constitution.
I feel my nose bleed, and I start feeling my skin. Is there like a dart that hit me or something?
No. You're completely fine. Like that. It doesn't seem like any outside source affected you.
Okay.
It was.
We all speak at the same time. What?
I'm terrified now.
I didn't say anything of note. Somebody else can go.
You're lagging behind. Are you okay?
Yeah, you can't tell. I wiped the blood off, and I'm just what the fuck?
Well, you better get up here, or shenanigans are gonna happen.
Oh.
We gotta leave out the south gate so we can go see Pond, right?
Yes.
Oh.
But the south gate is the opposite direction of where we need to go.
Right, we need to go out the east gate. Oh, no,
we
the
loop
north
around
gate.
and go to the other gate. It don't matter that much.
Lux is a huge city. It matters about multiple hours worth.
You sit in the city for 1 month and forget how to use your feet. Come on.
I'm kind of with her.
Oh, fine.
We can go explore the south gate and see if Ponabin is there, and then we can just go back up to the north gate. We don't necessarily need to go all the way around the city.
What did you want to say, Nathaniel?
Exactly.
You leaned close like you had something you wanted to say.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Everybody
we're all worrying about it. Thank you.
I need a perception check.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I do an insight check on the DM?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Is this perception check like right now, or as you're heading to the gate?
This perception check is immediately after I touch the nosebleed, and I get immediately tense, and I'm looking around myself.
You don't see any threats.
Okay. The fact that he asked me if it was while we were walking or when it was tells me somebody else should be making a perception check while we walk to the south gate.
I was going to ask anyway when you got there, so don't worry.
I can make a perception check.
I got you.
Wait.
Well, I mean, as you go to the south gate, everyone make a perception check.
All right.
Okay. Let's get my notes back up.
A whole freaking 8.
Man.
Good
I
job,
had to read Boundary and it didn't connect. Can you check D&D Beyond?
I can check D&D Beyond. All right.
It was a 19.
A 19. Wow, you're the only one who gets this.
Hey, I got a 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, you did get a 20. Oh, okay.
But you didn't get a 19 specifically, so you don't get to know anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, that's how this works.
Yeah.
All right, so I can say this aloud without having to worry too much then. You guys are walking along towards the gate. You do see Ponabin, who is set up with a lot of like crates of different things. They'll have the church's logo on it. There's other paladins there too, so it seems like they are taking crates and things to this location to be sent out. And so they kind of had that process. And she's just standing around looking bored. Clearly she's on job now, as she was not prior. But only Sylvia and Fern sees this. But you swear for the briefest moment, near those crates and whatnot, you could spot Dimitri before he disappears.
Was that?
Yes! We go running forward.
I swear I saw something that looks like Dimitri.
I'm running forward. Dimitri! Hey, where'd Dimitri? Just standing in the middle of these paladins going, what? Where'd you hit him? Huh?
Yeah, as you reach over there and like to the spot that he was at, there's just some like random guy there. He looks over at you, looks really confused. He has like a nice pot in his hand.
Did you see somebody who looked old guy wearing church robes? I could have sworn.
He shakes his head no.
Have we caught up to her yet?
Yeah.
I saw that too. That's strange.
So it wasn't just me.
No, I swear I saw somebody that looked like Dimitri.
I know. I don't.
Hi, Ponaman. How are you?
Yeah, she's over here now too, really confused, being like, "Hey everyone, this is really awkward. What are you doing?"
Well, we came to see you.
With that investigation check.
What are you looking
has
into?
had a little book just flipping through spells.
With that investigation check, let's looking in the boxes and checking stuff out like a really big Snoopy dog, like trying to figure out just like what's going on here, but like more concerned than needs to be probably.
Yeah, so I'll recreate the scene here as this is all kind of happening simultaneously. The guy with the pot, he just kind of like gets out because he's like, there's this girl who's like who's insane. And there's all these paladins everywhere. And he's like, he just starts going down the street. The other paladins go up to you as you're looking through boxes being like, hey, you can't do that. And there's this elf who comes up to you who's like, sir, you can't open them. These are sacred.
I think I just did, buddy.
Well, you need to stop.
That's helpful.
Calm down. Come here. I know what. Dimitri taught me a spell. Come here.
To look in boxes, because I want to know what this business is about.
No.
We're moving things.
Creatures.
What are you moving?
We don't need to know.
Are things from the... What, you don't need to know?
Yeah, lively story, buddy. You're lucky Fern is pulling me away. She's just gonna
I'm not from here.
Let's gonna like... So I'm assuming these are like crates with like nails in them.
Yeah.
Let's just gonna punch down the nail back into the box and go, this checks out, but I'm watching you specifically and walk over to wherever Fern is taking them.
Potovin goes in between them, is like, okay, these people are fine. Don't worry about them. This in case any of you forgot, Potovin is your Satar friend. She is a paladin who uses a quarterstaff, a metal staff. And she starts negotiating around and then turns around and says, so what was it you needed to talk to me about?
We'll get to that in like just a minute, but like give me like 1 minute. I'm gonna wrestle and pull out my holy symbol. And I guess look up at the sky. Fern doesn't really know what she's looking at. It's like, okay. Work with me here. Come on, Azaman. And try to cast Locate Creature.
Okay, go for it.
I've never cast this before, so... Okay, describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. Dimitri, you sense the direction of the creature's location as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind, as long as you... Spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature. Okay, yes.
He's not within the proximity of the spell.
What is happening?
I'm standing over here just watching this all go down, being very hella confused because I have no idea who any of these people are.
I would imagine that you're like even farther past the crates because they went past the crates to this location. So you're like all the way back, and then you're just the full-on observer with another crowd also watching this as they have their bags trying to leave the city and whatnot, and they're just watching this moment happen.
At least I'm not the only one who's hella fucking confused.
The dude with the pot, which way did he go?
He went down he went down straight and then took a left.
I'm following. I'm yeah.
Okay.
I'm not worried to anybody else, just going.
I'm grabbing Fern by the shoulder, trying to stop her.
What are you doing? Let me go.
I turn her gently. I grab her by the shoulders. I say, Fern, I know you want to find Dimitri, but you have to remember we have targets on our backs right now. We have people out that want to hurt us. You specifically have a whole group of a criminal syndicate that is out for you. We cannot be chasing strangers, just running down alleys and things like that. We have to be there for each other because nobody else is. Dimitri can take care of himself, and I know Dimitri will want you to take care of yourself. And this is not how you do that.
I saw him.
I know you think you saw him.
I did see him.
But I get that, but you just...
Yes, I did.
You just used the strongest magic you know how to do to try to find him, and you couldn't find him. And so, if anything, rely on your faith like you as a cleric should do. Rely on the magic that you've been given, that Dimitri taught you how to use, and take peace in that in this moment.
Finding Dimitri is important, but so is staying on mission. I want to go kill Regulus, but I'm putting that aside because I recognize the aspects are more important.
I might never be this close again. What if that was him and he's disguising himself for some reason?
Then you need to leave that alone. If he saw you and chose to still run away, there has to be a good reason, don't you think?
And Fern, look at all of the things that Dimitri's done for you and our group that we didn't understand at first, that have paid dividends later on. If he's trying to conceal himself from you, I know it hurts and I know you want to see him, but there's a reason.
I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder and go, listen, if somebody says lose my number, just lose their number, you know?
I'm gonna awkwardly push Let by the face away from this conversation.
And not that I'm not concerned, but I'm sitting in the back here popping popcorn. Passing out tickets.
And so I've now I'm not so intensely right in Fern's face in this moment, but I'm still right next to her. I'm just we will find him, or we will find out where he is, or what happened to him, but right now, something is amiss. We need to leave this city and remember our mission.
Let's be.
I found a bug. As he approaches you.
Let's gonna really intensely investigate the bug and be like, there are bugs here. We're getting closer to where I'd like to be.
We'll go find another one.
Okay. Don't get lost.
Well, should we maybe talk to Ponabin before we go get lost in the forest?
That's the last thing we need is Lynrith to get lost looking for a bug for Let.
It's an important mission.
Well then why don't you and Lionrith go find a bug while we get some information from Panabin?
Okay.
We're sending the two people with the least common sense to do something stupid together.
And
would you like me to accompany them?
I don't. They're grown enough and.
No, they're staying within eyesight.
Listen, we won't go anywhere where I can't see Sylvia screaming at someone. Okay.
Good.
See them here. Because
All
hearing.
right, let roll with investigation with advantage.
Oh my god.
While this is going on, Panaben comes back up and is again watching this display and asks, "I'm sorry to hear about your troubles, but you did want to talk to me. Do you know what it was about? I had to kind of get back to work."
Sorry, Panaben. A lot's happened since we sent you that first message, and we've learned a lot. I'm gonna look at Sylvia and be like, do you remember what we initially wanted to ask her? Because I've got other questions that I think are more pressing.
So, we were at the church, or at least I wasn't personally, but I know Fern was, before the attack on Lux. And Fern noticed that there were far more paladins around the church than normal. And obviously paladins are used for security. And so looking back, we think that's very suspicious. Could you give us any more information about that? If there was a reason that you know of why there'd be so many paladins?
I'm not sure. I was on break for some time, and I'm normally tasked with just traveling around. So honestly, I thought it was weird too. But what can you do, really? The only people who I would guess would know are any of the heralds themselves. And I don't really know what all their names or who they are.
We asked the Grand Herald Liliana because she came to talk to us after everything went down. But she kind of passed it off as normal, and it didn't really seem that normal, so we thought maybe somebody close to ground level would know. Which is another reason why I look at Gorfrag. It would be really useful to talk to Dimitri right now. But it's okay if you don't know. We're just looking for answers like everybody else.
Yeah, it was pretty odd, but even from people I know, they don't know either. I'm sorry.
This is suspicious.
Annoying. Thanks for your help, though. Is everybody from your friend group okay after last night? I knew we ran into Balpathus, but is he good? Is Percy okay?
Yeah, they're doing great. Percy's doing just fine. He's already departed, and so is Valpathus. I'm actually the last one here, but because I have a job I have to do, and I have to look at these boxes to make sure they don't go anywhere. And she glances at Let. Yeah, and then she says, "And preventing people from trying to open them."
Hint, hint.
I'll be here for some time.
Yeah, Let's not here.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Let?
I was going to say something, but Let's not here, so let's off looking for bugs.
So yeah, that's all I can do. Help.
Really soon, but I think I'll be able to message you maybe later. Maybe. Take care, though. You got any other questions, y'all?
Yeah, Ponovan, you're a pretty well-traveled paladin. You maybe know of any, like, paladin, stories or legends of late of, like, anybody who is super strong, like, inhumanly strong, like, even for a paladin, overly strong, or, like, nimble, super steadfast. We're looking for people of, like, otherworldly renowned.
I'm gonna lean in and like really conspiratorially whisper, we're looking for the aspects of creation for the church.
I point to Fern and like give like that one.
Well, the only person that I know who use it was like things of that nature was the Hero King. He used them, but
yeah.
I don't Not really. That's not my field of expertise.
Okay.
I'm not a scholar.
No, I get that.
We just spent so many hours inside the library. It was awful.
Well, that sounds awful.
Thank you.
Hey,
It
was awful for you.
Yeah, that's why I let Balpathus do that sort of work.
Exactly. I got lost.
It's not awful when you know what you're doing.
In a building. There was a building.
It's not awful when you know what you're doing.
Point.
We give them both a glare.
Well, while I don't particularly know of where those things would be, it might be of value to you if you head to Titania. I mean, the church surely has records and different things on that sort of information, and I mean, some people can even get the audience with the seeress that's there.
The what?
The who?
There's a seeress that lives there.
I don't know what that word means.
So, like a Sybil?
They are
Sibyl's
like an oracle.
Owl, Sylvia.
Because a seer.
The term Sybil means somebody who can see the future, like a seer.
Can your owl
I don't know that word.
No. Sybil cannot see the future. It was just an apt name that I chose for her. I stroke her feather.
That makes sense.
Alright, this turned into a bad version of the who's up next bit.
I think you mean who's on first?
That's what I meant. Who's on first bit? Alright.
Yeah.
Do you know anything else about this seer?
Me and Valpathus helped her out a while ago. That was how we met, if you remember.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and Valpathus is in Titania too, right? That's where his family's from.
No, he lives all the way in Martinex.
Oh.
Up north.
South.
Down south.
Specifically west.
In a direction.
In a direction.
I do believe you met him in the northwest.
That's what I was thinking of.
I mean, he has a family who works in the keep up there.
Right. Well, we'll put Titania on the list.
Alright, friends, shall we depart north to Maple Grove?
Okay. Hey, Pawn, one more thing.
Yeah?
If you see Dimitri, tell him to say hi to me.
Sure, of course. And then she waves you off and she goes next to Gorfrak, so only she can hear. She goes, I don't know who that is.
Dimitri, he was part of the selection committee for the speaker who just was named. He's kind of like this kooky, eccentric. He's the head prophet of Azaman.
Wait.
Yeah.
How does she know him?
Fern is Dimitri's, like, I don't know what the official church word is, but like apprentice, essentially.
Protege.
Okay.
He's a strong boy, didn't plus talent.
Alright. Okay. Have a good wherever you're going.
What was the pause for, Punman? What do you know? What are you not telling me?
He's a weird man.
Yeah. We've established that. We've been on the receiving end of that.
I just wasn't aware that he had an apprentice or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Fern's full story, but he kind of took her under his wing, he took Fern under his wing when Fern was kind of just doing her own thing on the streets, and he really kind of brought her up in the ways of the church and the ways of Azaman. And I mean, she's been a wonderful friend and a fierce, ally, and so I think he's really put her on the right path.
I would certainly say so. most times in those type of relationships, they typically, I would have thought they seem around together more. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but whenever I would see, Fern was always happy to see Dimitri, but Dimitri always encouraged her to be independent and, very observational in the way that she looks at the world. And so I think Dimitri wanted her to learn on her own time and in her own way, rather than him, like, just spitting knowledge at her.
Oh, okay. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Thanks. Hey, I hope you don't have to stick around here for a while. This really seems like not your favorite thing.
I'll be here for, I think, the next week, and I'll be gone.
So where are you going next?
At least right now, I'll probably be back to Titania for a bit. I know their recent events are pretty scary. I don't know if you understand that. I know you're a druid, so this is a little bit different for you. But they're thinking about mobilizing for war, and that's not a pleasant thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm with you with, like, I don't totally get that, but I can see why they are thinking about it, because, like, the goddess of death and destruction and the person who wants to bring about the end of the world just was released, so I can understand, like, maybe a show of force might be a good thing to keep the people happy and safe right now.
Yeah. Anyway, I need to get back to what I'm doing.
Yeah, and we need to head to collect the aspects of creation. So we're gonna head out, I think.
I do wish you luck. That's certainly not an easy job.
Yeah, and I mean, we had a great time together in the Nightwood Forest. So you're always welcome to join us if you're looking to do some, like, freelance stuff.
Well, if I have time, I'll certainly let you know. And if you guys need any of my help, do feel free to ask.
Freelance paladin.
Paladin for hire.
See, a freelancer is one who hires out their lands. They are free now. Jokes.
Thank you, Matt.
Anyway, we're going to turn back to our bug group. So, no bugs.
It's a really important thing.
Got a 2 and a 3 here. If you spot any, they immediately get away from you. It's actually kind of annoying. And you keep trying, and then you eventually run into someone. And you look up, and it is...
I swear,
someone you're familiar with. You know her as Elabella, as she has her hands on her hips and says, "Well, this is certain a coincidence. It's good to see you again."
Is this that weird-ass researcher girl that was like obsessed with the monks?
Is her Dragonborn errand boy with her?
Yeah, he's in a little bit of the distance and just kind of like he's more near the gate, like they were about to go through it and then they ran into you.
With my very poor social skills and my very poor charisma, I'm gonna go, oh god, like audibly, and then go, hi, what are you doing here?
Well, I was hoping that I could be able to take up on that offer that I helped you out with, and then you would take me to your monastery.
Yeah. I guess I did tell you I would do that, didn't I?
This is the worst meet cute ever.
Come on, Let, you gotta throw on the charm.
Yeah.
Maybe let's Ace. You don't know them.
Yeah. We don't know. I don't think Let knows anything. Is Let even old enough to even think about other people in a romantic sense at all? I don't even think so.
I don't know.
I don't even know how old Let is.
The age group.
Age.
Yeah, we really never defined Let.
You're in the age right now where that should be your only target.
You're somewhere between Fern and Kai.
Somewhere, yeah. I guess
I'm making you at least 18. No less.
That's fair enough.
You already have one young person in this group.
That's fair enough.
Excuse you, I'm probably 18.
Let's age.
No.
16. 16 years old.
The only reason we've left a big fat question mark on Let's age is purely because Let has no concept of identity. It's also funny.
Yeah, they don't keep track of age, but
they don't. Let anywhere from like 18. Yeah, let could be anywhere from like 18 to 32. No one knows.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm kind of like in the middle of something right now. Though, could you like wait?
Not really. I mean,
listen, the entire society behind us just like absolutely collapsed, and I'm kind of busy trying to find like these weird rocks that don't have a flavor. I don't really have time for you to do social studies right now, whatever those even are.
Well, I am an archaeologist. I can maybe help you with that.
I don't trust her.
I know, she gives me the ick.
How about this? I don't need to go there immediately, but maybe if I travel with you, I can learn more about you, and then maybe we can make our way over there.
That's absolutely not my call. You have to go ask Sylvia or Gorfrak. They're like the moms of this group. I'm not in charge.
Can I roll up on this situation? Yeah. I don't think I've met her. I think that was by themselves.
Can I also participate in this?
I think you have.
Lion is with me. That's the only person that's with me.
Yeah, and then I think everyone approaches at this point.
Okay.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm Elabella. I helped Let out with his dream problem.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why he's not waking up in rivers anymore.
Correct. That was an issue that we had to solve, and he promised me that he would take me to his monastery if I did it.
Well, we're not really in a position to go to the monastery right now, so that's kind of out of the question.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I can come with you, though.
I'm going to look at Sylvia, and I'm going to be like, but we're going to Titania at some point, so, I mean...
Titania is on the other mountain range.
Wait, which mountain range is that from?
Oh God, does Lenny know?
You do know where your monastery's at.
Mountains.
Okay.
It's that
is where he's from.
Blue dot right over here.
I mean...
Right over where? We have no map. Oh, we do have a map.
We don't really want to take any strangers with us.
And I'm gonna... wait, hold on.
And as the official protector of the group, I'm like... No strangers.
Right, I'm gonna turn
into your mouth as it is.
Gorfrak, you have like 5 seconds to respond, or I'm just gonna turn back to Arabella.
No, I am gonna respond. My question though is, what is Arabella again? What race is she?
Elf.
She's an elf.
Sylvia, do you speak Sylvan?
Yes.
Okay. Do all elves speak Sylvan?
No.
Okay. In Sylvan, I'm gonna say to Sylvia, right in front of Arabella, very much like talking about her, but not in her language, so she can understand us. That energy.
Of course.
I'm gonna be like, what if we tell her to wait in Dalhurst for us, and then when we pass through to go to the east to find that mess, then we can pick her up or something.
I don't see why we even have to lie about it. I just am gonna say no.
But I mean, I don't want to create. We keep racking up enemies here. Like let's have some karmic balance.
She's an archaeologist. What is she gonna do? Hit us on the head with her shovel?
You never know. It's always the quiet, smart types. I mean, look at yourself. The quiet, smart types that are always the most dangerous.
Can I please add, as I speak
your worst
too, that I'm concerned.
Okay.
That I also would very much prefer not to make an enemy that we don't need.
Fine, I'll tell her to meet us in where do
I don't know what they're saying, but we're not going to the monastery right now.
It's like you see us animatedly talking, and you're just like, "What in the world is going on over there? What are they debating?"
And over all this, we're like trying to be quiet, but really loud. I think she has a crush on me, and I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't want
I do not have a crush on you. I want to make that clear, please.
If she even wants to travel with us at this point, I would be shocked.
I just want to know more about your people.
Yeah,
that is all.
She's obsessed with me.
Last thing I say to Sylvia.
Obsessed with me.
The last thing I say to Sylvia is,
we have some personal business to attend to. However, if you would like to meet us in Dalhurst 2 weeks from now, that would be agreeable.
I need something more concrete now. Like, I mean, you don't have to show me where it is. I know that's very precious to you, but if you tell me a general area, that would be helpful.
Man, I really got to start thinking about future consequences more often.
I'm an archaeologist. I see patterns with different people where how they move.
I don't know what that word means.
Then don't ask.
Oh, God damn.
In her defense, not one of us has been polite. And I've actively told everyone that I hate her.
I kind of want to fight this chick. I'm not gonna lie.
She's pushy and irritating.
She gives me this like evil Indiana Jones that wants to like go to this civilization and kill them all.
She's the one that sent us on the mission in the one shot to get the whatever that artifact was.
That's side content.
Okay, I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say, what do you know about Let's people? Like, do you know anything about the location so far?
No, not. That's why I'm wondering, because they completely off the map in terms of records. I've seen them in different places, such as the Nightwoods. That was a place that I saw some of their kind.
What do you hope to gain by researching them?
Academic acclaim.
Oh, somebody insight check that.
I was gonna say insight check.
Plus 10.
Let has the best.
Yeah, I'm checking her. Son of a monkey.
I'm also gonna lean over to let be like,
my only good roll.
What'd you roll?
22.
22.
Hey, that's wrong. It should be a plus 10. Something's not.
Oh, so it should be a 25 then.
Yeah, he's right. What's wrong?
Do you have your ring equipped?
Might not. Let me double check. No, I don't.
I think we should just tell her that it's south of here, because that's not a lie. That's more information than she had.
Do we just add 3 because? Do we just add 3 or do you want me to reroll?
Yeah, just add 3. It's fine.
Okay, so it's 25.
Okay. She's telling the truth, or at least that's what you can read off of her.
The problem is, and I don't know if you can understand this because you're a very nosy person, that monks are very private and don't necessarily want everybody knowing where they live. And if I tell you where my people are, a plight of monks are going to come after me and chase me down. And I'm not even supposed to be gone. I don't know if they found my note yet. I left like 600 hours ago. Who knows? But I'm already going to be in trouble. So I don't think I want to make it worse by inviting you over there. And I know I need to deal with you. I'm not very good at sticking to those. Is there anything else? Do you want my hat?
Did you sign any legal documents?
What's a legal document?
He did, and then she conjures a paper.
I don't remember signing anything, but I sure don't know what a legal document is.
Here, let
me look at this.
How about this compromise?
Like snaps her fingers and it disappears.
That's not suspicious.
What if Let tells you a little bit about his relationship with his master and how would that tickle your thirst in this moment?
I can tell you all about him. Them.
I understand that I may not be the most beneficial to your group at the moment. I know you have other things to do. If you can provide me either 2 things. Either you just tell me a general direction of where you're at, somewhere. That helps me out quite a bit in understanding your people. Or I hang around with you until you eventually go there.
If you traveled with us, And this is a very, very strong if.
Piper mute.
Sorry.
Your piercing scream of death.
I muted you.
Like, am I having a stroke?
Piper, you're not getting robbed, right?
No, it's the wait. No, it's the smoke alarm. No, it's the smoke alarm. That thing is so sensitive. Probably what happened is she left bread in the oven or something. We literally set it off like 3 days ago when I was visiting. It was not good. So now she's got to go find the cat. She's got to open the door. But anyways, we can continue.
Arabella, if you traveled with us, what would you and what's this man's name? This black dragon man? What's your name, sir?
He's far away to ask, but she says, Urjar.
What do you two do? What's your thing? What's your purpose?
Oh, what's his purpose?
Both of you know what do you do? You do the magic, you do the archaeology, he does probably what? Kills the people you don't like who don't follow your deals?
Oh, he just makes sure that no one tries to murder me. He knows magic himself, and he's also a pretty good martial fighter.
Okay. If you came with us, are you gonna just be the constant, like, we gotta go to the mountain range, we gotta go to the mountain range, we gotta go to the mountain range, or are you gonna, like, just, like, vibe until we get there?
I mean, as long as that proceeds to interact with me, I would be content with just following you around.
Hey, 1 second.
1 second. Have it. Something happening.
Okay.
Hello?
So, as an observer, what if we just told her and it was south of here?
I know it's not south of here because there's an ocean there.
The cat pressed the panic alarm. I apologize. There's no emergency.
Okay. I don't know what would be so wrong about bringing her with us. I also don't like her.
I think it should be up to Let. We let decide what they want to do. It's their monastery.
I mean, but there's nothing that says if we bring her with us, we can't just keep her in the dark longer.
Yeah, but we already got to travel with Kai. And let me tell you, cooking for 4 people is hard enough.
Be nice to me.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, you can't make me.
I'm guessing we're going to be encountering more enemies and malfeasance as we travel. More hands to help with problems makes them easier to deal with.
Or more hands create problems.
I mean, if that's the case...
Too many chefs spoil the soup.
But if that's the case, it's 5 of us on 2 of them, so we can always just chase them off.
Wait, where did soup come from?
I would like some soup.
It was merely a metaphor.
What's a metaphor?
No.
Metaphor?
I don't have time to teach you everything regarding literature and
all
the
the
tools and devices it uses.
I felt like that was a Schitt's Creek moment.
Yeah.
I can't teach you everything, David. Can you teach me one thing?
Yeah.
I agree with Fern. I think it should be Let's choice. What do we do with this person who wants to know everything about you?
I mean, how creepy though, right? Who would be comfortable with that? Oh man.
I don't know.
What can I promise you that I'm going to go talk to the elders and ask them permission? And then if they say yes, I'll take you.
If you so yes, but the problem is with that is that you have to go there, and then they might as well just have brought me there to begin with.
Whoa, boundaries.
Now,
if Let says it's not okay, why are you pushing this issue so much?
Apparently, I signed a legal document. Whatever that is.
That she won't let me see.
If you could provide who these elders are, I could speak with them directly through sending.
I'm trying to analyze if there's any threat with that.
theoretically, any spells that, like scrying and things like that, the better you know somebody, like their name and things, the more power you have to spy and influence them.
Which is also why the more information that you give her, the more accurate any of that's going to be. Like, even if it's the location, whatever.
Okay.
I hate to say this, but I think we either just need to like drop her, or we need to get to know her more if we're gonna engage with her.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to let her follow us for a while. And then maybe.
I won't be a burden. I can.
Well, it's already too late for that, honey. You've already been a burden because you've already pushed your nose up my butt. Sure.
Well, I will be a further one
for that ritual.
All right. I guess she can follow us for a while. I don't particularly like her, but she can follow us for a while. But if I find you staring at me while I'm sleeping, it's on sight, girly. On sight.
I should preface that I don't sleep. So, I mean, that's what elves don't do this. I won't try to, okay?
Then look somewhere else!
Yeah. Just don't look at me. Look somewhere else.
Okay, I want to just make it clear that if for some reason I happen to look in your direction, I won't get immediately murdered.
No promises.
Look, okay. I am a druid. I hate people. Why? I am constantly trying to mediate your life. Just like bygones be bygones. We can set up separate tents. Like, just chill. Let's go to Maple Grove, kids.
Okay.
Oh, I'm all set.
All right.
Of course you are.
All right, let's head north back through the city and to go out the north gate.
Fine.
And you guys just do that. There isn't too much fanfare at this point as you head over that way.
Finally leaving Lux! Yeah!
Yes, you will. You should be leaving Lux. To kind of explain kind of the general dynamic of how traveling will now work is that we won't have checking day-to-day events of who's taking watch and so forth. We'll have just one overall event of it, and we'll have one downtime scenario of if you want to interact, talk with one another, that sort of thing. And we'll just kind of calculate the days as we kind of go through it. For example, from Lux to Maple Grove, it's about 2 days. If you just kind of walk it, and that's not too long. Because at this point, I can't really throw anything too dangerous at you. So, like on the road, like if I send like 5 wolves at you, they're not going to do anything to you. If I send a bear, they're not going to do anything to you. You're quite powerful enough to deal with that.
I mean, the emotional weight of our actions.
Yeah, that's what I could throw at you, and I'll continue to do so.
On your level, you just killed 30 wolves. How do you feel about yourself?
I don't care.
Yeah, one of these times we'll just have like 30 wolves for you. So then you'll be like, okay, Gorfrak, I know you're a druid. How do you feel about murdering all these benevolent creatures of nature?
It's fine. I'll just take care of it. If Gorfrak cries, Gorfrak cries.
Anyway,
I forgot.
Gorfrak wouldn't cry. This is not Biff. Gorfrak would just hurt you. I would fight you, PvP.
Whoa.
So yeah, that's kind of how it'll work from this point forward. And next time we'll pick up with that downtime first night out.
With the annoying girl.
With the nosy archaeologist.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's where we'll conclude for today. So thank you everyone for watching and or listening. And we will hopefully be on next week. Goodbye, everyone.